In this video, I'm going to be talking about 11 things that you don't know about living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we're getting after it right now. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your good buddy, Jimmy Kegle, right here in the Grand Rapids Metro. If this is your first time on my channel, I do so many videos about what it's like to live, sleep, work, play, have fun in Grand Rapids Metro. If you have not yet subscribed, start now by hitting the button and then tap that little bell so you're notified each and every time I drop a new video. And honestly, I'm helping so many people from all over the country relocate, buy, and sell here in the Grand Rapids Metro, and I absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving or relocating here, you have to give me a call, give me a text, give me an email, even send that smoke signal. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back when you're moving to Grand Rapids Metro. All right, so this is number one regarding the 11 things you don't know about living in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So number one, there's a ton of deer in Michigan, and they're everywhere. Deer season is a really big deal here in Michigan. There's a huge amount of deer hunters. People come from all over the country just to hunt deer in the state of Michigan, all over the place. I mean, a lot of them go in the UP, but I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that come here just to hunt. And I think we're one or number two for the most people coming to an area to hunt. And you know, I know everybody's not an animal into hunting. Some people are more animal rights. I get that. And that makes me feel sad, and I'm sorry for that, but they're so prevalent here that they would literally starve to death if they weren't hunted. There's just too many of them. There's just too many of them. So anyways, there's hunting. I'm a hunter and I love to hunt. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help you out with that. But deer are everywhere here. You see them. I mean, if you're driving on the highway and you're going through anything rural, you'll see them on each side of the highway. And you really want to be careful at night especially, because they'll just go flying across the highway, and there are thousands of deer accidents a year. So it sounds funny that they're everywhere, but it's a little scary too that you can get in a serious accident. They're behind people's houses. I mean, just deer all over here. So be ready to see a ton of deer. Also, it's just to let you know how big deer season is here in the state of Michigan. In any of the rural areas, so like not really Grand Rapids, but like a little bit farther out in the rural, like Rockford has some of that too. Which isn't that far away, maybe 15 minutes from Grand Rapids. But most of the schools shut down. They have the opening season off and the next day, which is the November 15th, because so many kids would skip it. So that kind of gives an idea of how big deer hunting is here in Michigan. So, but if you're not part of it, no big deal. Only time you'll notice is if you're not part of it is you'll see a deer on the hood of a car going down the road, which is a little weird, but other than that, you won't know much about it if you're not into it. All right, and number two, we get a lot of snow in Grand Rapids. You're gonna wanna get a snow blower. I mean, you can, there's tons of services that you can pay for them to come, and they'll take their truck and they'll shovel your driveway, and then also they'll come and they'll do your sidewalks and up to your house, more like with hand shovels and make it really nice. But you know, for me, snowblowers are fun. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm just still like a kid or not, but I mean, and there's snow goes flying 20, 30 feet. You can aim it, you know, at your kids or whoever and have some fun with it. So I think they're fun to use, and we get enough snow here, enough times that you want to have it. It's not just once or twice. It's usually, you know, 5 to 10 times where you get some heavy snow minimum, and you're going to want to have some way to get rid of it. So snowblowers are really prevalent here, and you're going to plan on getting a snowblower or some kind of service to take care of your snow. Number three, kind of going back to the deer a little bit, there's a ton of wildlife in Grand Rapids Metro, all over the place. I mean, you've got deer, just in Grand Rapids, you've got deer, coyote, turkey, I mean, tons of them, all kinds of game birds, and then we got really good fishing. I mean, right in the Grand River, every year the salmon running. So you have tons of salmon running, and you have people down there fly fishing and fishing. It's pretty cool watching them try to get it. They wade out there. I'm not really into that because I'm too nervous that my waders would fill up with water. But a lot of people like going out there and doing the fly fishing thing. And yeah, so we just got tons of game. And then if you want to go up north a little bit more, we got wolf, black bear, elk, moose. I mean, you name it, we got it up there. There's even two kinds of wolves now that are really doing well. One of them left. There are cougars too. You don't see them very often. They're really hard to get, and you obviously can't hunt them or anything because they're awesome. But yeah, just a lot of wild game. And as you can see in this picture right here, all the different wildlife in Michigan. It's pretty incredible. So if you're a hunter, or you want to hunt or fish, or you want to be a bird watch, you like to bird watch, or just enjoy the outdoors, there is a plethora of wildlife in the Grand Rapids area. And you can see with this video, that's the Grand River, and right at the end there is where the fish ladder is for the salmon to get up the river. So it's pretty cool. And again, like I said earlier, you see tons of fishermen there. And then obviously we're only about 20 minutes from Lake Michigan. So then you can go to Lake Michigan and they have, you can go salmon fishing, brown trout, the huge lake trout, just all kind of steelhead, chinook, everything. And just have a good time. They're really good perch fishing too in Lake Michigan, and they are tasty. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, just tons of wildlife activities that you can do. So here we're at number 4. There's 2 main highways that go through Grand Rapids Metro. You've got 96 that goes east and west, and then you have 131 that goes south and north. And those are the 2 main intersections, and you can get anywhere in the state of Michigan from those 2 roads will I mean, it's obviously you're gonna have some offshoots, but those are the main thoroughfares to get you through there. So, and as you can see on the map, right here, you can see Grand Rapids, East Grand Rapids, Walker there, but that's 131 going north and south. And then you can see I-96, I just call it 96, but it's I-96 going east and west there. So that's your 2 main highways. And one of the things, if you grow up here, that you're gonna, when you turn 16, you can't wait to get on that I-96 and put the pedal to the metal and have some fun when you're first turning 16. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying that kids have been known to do that, but be very careful if you do. But those are the 2 main highways, and you can get anywhere around Grand Rapids Metro using those. And then to add to that, 2 of the main streets as far as that are on the highway is 28th Street, which is a huge street that goes right through all of Grand Rapids. And that runs east and west as well. And every hotel, every chain restaurant, everything you can think of, tons of businesses, that's one of the main ones you're going to want to be on. Also 44th is another huge street, and that runs east and west as well. That's where like the Steelcase World Headquarters is on 44th. So just a couple of the main streets. Alpine is another really big street that kind of take it from Grand Rapids out more of the country, like in the Sparta area, and that runs north and south. So number 5, we're about 20-25 minutes away from Lake Michigan, and the closest way to get there is to Holland. Holland is a great city right there on the water. It's called Holland because so many people immigrated from the Dutch a long time ago. There's so many Dutch people there from Holland, and they named the city actually Holland. And you do notice there's a lot of tall, blonde people there, so which is pretty funny. But anyways, they have a thing that's called a tulip time. Right there you can see all the pretty tulips that they have, and there's a huge festival that goes around it. People make the wood shoes. It's just a great family time. And then also you can see the downtown right there. There's a great downtown. They've got restaurants and bars and all kinds of shopping and a cool peanut and fudge place and just really cool shops. And I would say it's more family oriented, but there are still some nightlife. They have some bars and restaurants. And if you want to get more to the nightlife, you can go to Grand Haven, which is about another 20 minutes north. It's about 20 minutes west of it. No, what is it, Jimmy? That's 20 minutes north. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes north of Holland is Grand Haven. And Grand Haven's a blast too. I mean, you can see right here some of these pictures. There's some of the restaurants, there's the downtown, there's the lighthouse where people in the boardwalk that people walk out to all the water, and there's just tons of boats, they have tons of activities. And I would say Holland's still family oriented. They have great beaches, but they have more of a nightlife. So if you want to put the kids to bed and go out at night, there's tons of restaurants and bars, and they can get pretty ruckus. And some are geared towards younger people, some are more middle-aged type stuff. Obviously not me, I'm below middle-aged. But anyways, that's about where you get there. But it's a great fun time for the kids. Great beaches. Obviously it's Lake Michigan, you can't beat it. Awesome, there's waves and water with no sharks. So it's killer. Number 6. There's some really great farmers markets all around Grand Rapids Metro. There's one downtown. There's a couple in a couple neighborhoods. They have fresh produce. Sometimes we'll have some fun stuff for the kids, and just farm fresh, just great quality food. And they're usually on every weekend and sometimes during the week as well. Another thing that's kind of cool about Grand Rapids, going along with the farmers markets, is there's several farms where they're either completely organic, and if they're not organic, they're all grass-fed. Which, if you look at beef and most animals, they want them grass-fed. They just have a much healthier meat that way. And then they're all no antibiotics and all that good stuff. They're just raised free range. So you can also go out there and get really good quality meats. And just huge eggs. I mean, they're not that big, that's exaggeration, but they're big. But yeah, farmers markets are really prevalent here, and a lot of fun to go for the family or for singles too. Number 7, Grand Rapids is a really nice airport. When I first moved here about 15 years ago, they didn't have, it was an okay airport. Since then, they just keep adding and adding on, and it's a really nice airport. They call it international, but there's not a ton of international flights. Most of those flights would either go to Detroit, Chicago, or some other major hub, but they have daily flights to, all over the country, Florida, the Carolinas, California, Chicago, you name it, they're all over. So you can get through there pretty quick too. But it's a really good quality airport, completely updated, and it's only getting better and better. So that's a really cool thing about Grand Rapids too. Also, you can see on that map right here, you can see how close it is to downtown and all the suburban parts of Grand Rapids. So anywhere in the Grand Rapids Metro, the farthest away is 15 minutes to get to the airport, which is pretty great. Number, 8? We're getting a lot of fingers up here. Number 8, there's a ton of golf courses in the Grand Rapids Metro. We're considered one of the most, I don't know if it's positive or negative, but one of the most overbuilt in the country for how many golf courses we have here. But might not be good for the owners, but it's great for us people that want to play golf and people that visit here. People come from all over the country to play all the different golf courses throughout all of Grand Rapids and the UP, just all over Michigan. They just got great golf courses here. Because you got to remember too that unlike California or Florida, you've only got about 4 months where it's really good. Some people say 6 to 9 months, but in my opinion, it's really like 4 or 5 tops of really good months to play golf. Other than that, it's just either it's just not nice out. It's too cold and just no fun to be out there playing golf. But they have some great golf courses here. They have several country clubs, if that's what you're into. If you're not, they have tons of public courses. They even have a few that are they're private as far as you can have a membership, but they're still open to the public. So it's got a really good mix. And then up north, it's just galore of you could spend weekend after weekend after weekend going to different venues that are just about playing golf. Playing 36 holes every day. So pretty cool, and great golf in the state of Michigan. And I love playing golf, and so if you have any questions about it, let me know. But golf is really big here in the Grand Rapids metro area. Part of only having a certain amount of time because of the weather to play golf, thank you for the owner. You also got to get in there and make your money. So you gotta, what's that term? You gotta make hay while the sun's shining. So yeah, you better make hay while the sun's shining in Michigan if you're gonna own a golf course. So just something else to think about. All right, we're getting close to the end. You want to wait till the end to see that last one. Number 10. So Grand Rapids, a lot of people think it's the largest city in the state. We're number 2 in the state right now because obviously Detroit is ginormous and they're number 1. A lot of people in West Michigan like to say that we're a little more family oriented, and it's a little bit safer environment. So we think we're better, but Detroit is amazing. And when I say Detroit, it's all these huge suburbs around it. And Detroit's got some great stuff over there too. I almost side note, I'm a Spartan, so Detroit's where U of M is at, so that's another reason I like it. But anyways, yeah, so Grand Rapids is number 2 largest city, and we're still a really good sized city. And for how fast we've been growing, they've done a great job on the infrastructure and doing it the right way. Number 11, nope, that we don't. Yeah, number 11, so 11. And the last one, I talked about it a little bit in one of the other videos, but Grand Rapids is known as Beer City, which is darn cool, I think. So in just the city of Grand Rapids, we have 80 breweries, which that's as many as like huge cities. And for our size, we have 80 breweries, so they do pretty well here. One of those is Founders, which is one of the biggest microbrews in the country. So that'll kind of tell you something. and those are doing really well now. Excuse me, that was pre-COVID. So after COVID, there's still a lot of them around, but who knows what happened, because that's definitely gonna take a hit on several of them are gonna be taking a hit because of COVID. So we'll see what happens. But still, Beer City, USA, we've been named a couple times for all the breweries. There's tons of functions around all the brew pubs. They've got different hotel packages and things you can do where you can come stay and visit the different breweries and get different flask and all those kinds of things, all the different pubs. And it's just a great time. There's obviously a lot of bars and restaurants as well, but a ton of breweries. So thanks for staying to the end. I hope that 11 one was worth it for you. And like I said before, I'm here to help you out any way I can. Give me questions, I'll answer them as best I can. Reach out to me, call me, email me, text me. Like I said before, we still have that smoke signal. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when you're moving to Grand Rapids Metro. And I love helping people.